Good morning. This is Al with Gin and Cotton. I'm gonna do something a little different today. This is not one we're giving a giveaway. This is just some fun stuff. But I've worked in a cotton gin for 38 years, and I've owned Pumpkin Center for 27 years. So a lot of questions people ask are not necessarily about the equipment, or they ask, what are some crazy things that have happened to you since you've been working in a cotton gin? So naturally, a lot of the guys that work in the gins don't have full-time jobs. They may work year-round, but they don't have a full-time single employer. And so they may work different jobs. They may go do sugar beets. They may do other crops, and then they work their way back around to come to me. I actually have some of the guys that are grandkids working for me that were the dads or the granddads that worked for me years ago. So I get to know a lot of these people. I get to know their families. It's a fun time for me. I'm bilingual. I speak Spanish and English. And so pretty much wherever they come from in this part of the world, I can speak with them. I had a young man working for me that was right out of school here in Lamesa. He was needing a job right out of school, and so he came to work for me. Great young man. Anyways, we started ginning, and I had him working on the press. Well, we had gone down, and I had trouble with a disconnect. So I'm over on the ground working on this disconnect. But prior to the season, I had built one of the nicest bathrooms ever seen in a cotton gin. All cinder block, new toilet, new sinks, had a cinder block wall with a metal door, and I had trusses over it, and I had a metal roof on there. Well, we were starting to get cold, and so instead of a regular light, I'd put a heat lamp in the bathroom. So while I'm over there walking, I noticed he goes walking in the bathroom. I'm about getting close to getting this fixed, and I hear the most blood-curdling scream that you have ever heard. Like almost to the point I thought he'd cut something off. And the scream is coming from this bathroom. And I take off running. Well, the time I get to about halfway, the door flies open, and this young man comes running out, and he had really baggy pants on. And his pants were at his ankles, and his underwear was at his ankles, and he's trying to run out across the gin with his pants down, screaming, "There's a snake in the bathroom, there's a snake in the bathroom." Well, it made me mad. I'm like, there's not a snake in the bathroom. That's one of the coolest bathrooms in the world. And so I go running in the bathroom, and I'm looking around. There's no snake in the bathroom. And he says, "Al, look up." And I look up, and I had built the shelf of that top cinder block wall, and then above that was a 4-inch purlin laying like this, and above that was the tin. Well, probably one of the biggest bull snakes I've ever seen in my life had crawled up that wall, and he was laying on top of that cinder block wall, and his body's just he goes around two sides of that wall. It's probably a 6x8 bathroom. When he comes around both sides, part of his body's hanging off, and then right at that heat lamp, he's got his head laying over the edge of that wall, getting all the heat from that heat lamp that he can. Well, automatically, it's funny. I mean, I'm thinking, this poor young man was in the middle of something, doing some serious business, and was scared enough. He come running out across the gin with his pants down and his underwear down, running across the gin, hollering, "There's a snake in the bathroom, there's a snake in the bathroom." That's just one instance. I mean, we have stuff like that happen all the time. I'm sure every industry does. We caught the bull snake, got him out of there. I'm sure he wasn't happy to leave the warmth of that heat lamp, but he was disrupting the process. Couldn't have him in the gin. But that's just a quick one on Gin and Cotton. I have a bunch more, and I'll throw these in every now and then just to break it up. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching Gin and Cotton.